A lot better than my Italian. I mean, I appreciate both. I mean, you know, you have one version where it's the whole band ensemble, and it's cool because it has more of a driven kind of feel to it. But obviously, you know, the version where it's piano and voice is very atmospheric, it's very emotional, and it really kind of gives it a very potent kind of conveyance of feeling, you know, and emotion and strength. So, I mean, it would depend on what mood I'm in to choose which version I'd like to listen to. I've been asked over the years to do that. You know, I mean, right now, over the last year, I've actually been studying off and on with Jamie Vandera. He's a vocalist and vocal coach in the United States. And he's amazing. So he's been showing me some things just to really keep your endurance and your voice in really good shape while you are on the road, because you're out there every night, you know, just going crazy. So, but you know, if I do something like that, it would have to be where I feel that there's the proper platform for it to be presented to the students that want to see what I do to prepare every day. Because it's not just about me warming up vocally and then cooling down after the show. It's everything that I do throughout the day. You know, I get up, I jog 5 kilometers a day. I drink lots of liquid juice. I take a lot of vitamins. I take protein drinks. I make sure that I get at least anywhere from 8 to 10 hours sleep a night. I eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, and I make sure that there's a lot of calcium, magnesium, and well, just what else is there? There's the alkalinity level is kept up high in my body, and that. So I mean, there's so many other things that I do to enable me so that when I am on stage, I'm able to be at my peak performance. Yeah. So I'd want them to see everything, and I'd want to be able to outline everything that I do so that they could take on the same regiment, you know. And then if they were to follow it, they'd probably feel the benefits of it as well. Well, I mean, one of the singers, you mean that I would love to sing with? Well, one of them unfortunately has already passed away. I mean, I would have loved to have done something with Freddie Mercury, because he's my all-time favorite. You know, aside from that, I mean, you know, I've always respected Robert Plant. I think that he's had it in me. You know, he was such a unique and innovative rock and roll singer. You know, when he first came out, nobody had heard a male vocalist singing like that. It was like a male version of Janis Joplin, but with balls, you know. And he was just so amazing. And but I mean, you know, aside from that, I mean, Steve Perry has an amazing voice, and you know, Rob Halford has always been a very unique vocalist in his own right. You know, there's so many singers. I mean, I even appreciated Nat King Cole because of his velvety, swoony kind of voice, you know. But also, you know, there's singers out there that great just rock and roll voices, like Steven Tyler and Ian Gillan and David Coverdale. And, you know, I loved Geddy Lee because of just how unique he was with his voice. And I also loved Tony Harnell. He used to be a singer with TNT. You know, he had an incredible voice. And actually, him and I stay in touch with one another. So, you know, and aside from that, there's, just trying to think, I really appreciate, I can't remember his last name, Brent from Shinedown. I think he has a very cool voice. Chris Cornell has a great voice. You know, there's too many to mention. Queen? Yeah, when I saw Queen. It was just unbelievable. It was 1982. I saw them in Toronto at the CNE Grandstand, and they were phenomenal. They were just, it was mesmerizing, the whole show. Freddie was singing amazing. Brian May was playing guitar like no other. You know, you had John Deacon and Roger Taylor just back there like, holding it, being very charismatic and showman-like, and it was just an incredible show. The visuals and everything was amazing. So that was probably the most spectacular. I saw Muse a few years ago. I was just freaking blown away by them. They're like unbelievable. Those guys live. I love their new album. I think it's incredible new album. Yeah, Muse, and you know, but I would say that those shows, they were on a different level. And I've seen, you know, Rush several times where every time I see those guys, they never let me down. I mean, their shows, their live shows are just so brilliant, so intelligently put together, you know. I think, geez, you know, I mean, I've said throughout the years that, you know, I probably would have been a paramedic or something like that, you know, and, you know, because it was just something that I thought was interesting to be able to do something to help people, and I thought it would be a rewarding job, even though it would probably be very gory and upsetting and a little, you know, disconcerting at times, but, you know, that was one of the things that I thought of. But to be honest with you, past that, I never really have given it much thought, because it's always, I was always so focused on doing this, you know, and this was really something that I was willing to go to the end for, to make it become what it has become, you know. But, you know, I think that when Dream Theater is no longer doing something, I would like to get involved where I feel that I'm making a difference and bringing awareness to humanity, that we need to become more harmonious, and we need to respect nature and its environment, and we need to really get on board that before we completely destroy this beautiful planet that we do have.